Hey guys, welcome to another Adalo tutorial. So today, the last time I just showed you a showcase of how Adalo look like and what you can really achieve with it, and the interface. If you've not seen that video yet, I didn't really talk or say much, but I just showed you a demonstration of the whole Adalo interface. If you've not seen that video, just click on the link above. I would drop the link to the video below, so you can always check it out. So today we are going to check out some of the features. We're going to check out some of the tools, and we're going to see some of the Adalo extension and how you can get started and build your app with it. So let's go on. So if you don't have an account, the first thing to do is to click on the sign up button and register if you do not have an account. But if you do, just go ahead and opt for the login instead. So I have an account already, so I'm just going to log in. Just going to log in with my own account. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to log in. Okay. So I'm just going to save. So this is the Adalo interface. This is what you would see if you're logging in for the first time. You're going to see something different. But if you're logging in just like that, you're going to see, you would see something different. So I want to just start again. I want to build a new app from scratch. So I kind of have a couple of apps that I've been working on: an online radio, a processing, a CRM, a web application. So I'm just going to say create a new app. Then I want to create a mobile app. So you have the option of creating a native mobile app and a desktop app. So this is what I want to create now, a native mobile app. So I'll click it. Then if I want to, the next thing I would do is to choose a template. But I don't want to choose a template right now. I just want to start with a blank template. So I'm going to click blank and click on next. Next, I would brand it, give it a name. So I'm just going to give it Adalo Test Application. So this is what I'm going to give it. Then I would pick a color. So I want to pick this color here. I want to pick this color, blue. I think blue really goes with yellow a lot. So I'm going to pick yellow, light yellow. So I'll say create. So Adalo always comes with the default sign up and the login. So every app you create in Adalo comes with the default sign up and login, because every app needs authentication. So you have to be able to sign up and you have to be able to log in. So recently Adalo has this amazing feature where you can log in with Google, and you can also log in with Apple. You can also use Apple login too. So, but we're not going to be talking about that in this class. We're just going to explore some of the component and some of the screen and some of the things you can create with Adalo. So let's say we're going to create a blog. We're going to create a blog with Adalo. We're going to create a blog. Yeah, that's what we're going to create. So I just came up with that just now. So I think a blog, it's simple, it's easy, and it will also enable you to check out most of the features that you would have. So if you go to the left-hand corner, you would see this big plus sign. You would see branding, screens, database, setting, and publish, then analytics. So let's click on the first one first. So on the first one is open by default, especially if you're working on Adalo via a desktop. So you would see that you can add a lot of things. You can add a test screen, a button. You can add an app bar, a simple list. You can add an image. You can add a form. And for your nav, you can also add a top bar, which is very common. This is very common. An app bar is very common in most apps. It's a way for you to navigate. But this, you can either put this at the bottom, you can put it at the top. So they are very easy for you to use. So there is a list. One thing that you have to know is that most application mobile app are always displaying things via list. They're either displaying pictures, they're like Instagram is always displaying pictures, list pictures. They're either displaying pictures, images, words. So blog, like the blog we were talking about, blog is going to be repeated image, pictures, and content. So it's just going to be looping all around, over and over and over again, based on the date when we publish the article. So also you have horizontal list. This is a new feature, a new release feature. We'll talk about that some other time, horizontal card list. So we also have the button. So we have buttons. Buttons are very essential. They enable a user to move from one part of the application to another one. So buttons are very essential when you're building applications when you're building any application, either you are encoding it or you're building with Adalo, Bubble, any type you want to use, buttons are very essential. So we also have some vectors. So you have triangles, you have rectangle, ellipse. So these are things you can use in your application too, especially when you're trying to style all of them. So we also have web view. Say for example you want to link to a website. So you want to link from your application to a website, or maybe you want to link to a chatbot. So you can create a web view. So maybe you want to create a link to something without you're thinking of using an API, or without really calling an API. So you can make use of a web view, and it's very, very easy, especially if you want to add a chatbot to your mobile applications. So and also you have forms. People need a way to collect information and to add information to collect information and give information to your users. Very, very important. So form, just like you see, this is the sign up form, this is a login form. So forms are, check out most of the apps that you make use of. They have forms everywhere. You have text input form, date picker, you have image picker, you have file picker. So that's a way for you to collect information or give information to your users. And also, awesomely, Adalo also has a marketplace. So there are some companies that are not there. When you go to the marketplace, you'll be able to see them. So these are components from either Adalo or from from developers who love Adalo and who are looking forward to creating big things and more and more and more, doing more with Adalo. So you have map. Let's just explore this a little bit. You have map, you have the calendar, you have the image slider, you have the drop down. So you have start rating, YouTube video embed. You also have progress bar. There are lots of them. Say you want to do something like swipe, like Tinder. Yeah, you can create a somewhat like a Tinder app with Adalo. You can swipe pictures, the one you don't like and the one you like. You can also make payment with Stripe, which is very good. If you want to create an MP3 player, you can use the Adalo player chat. You can play video. So there are lots of new components. See, Apple signing. This is a very big feature. This just came out a while ago. So there are lots of new features that's on the marketplace. So the marketplace is always updated all the time. It's always updated all the time, and you should check it out whenever you should always check it out, because there's something they're going to release. They almost release updates every Monday. Every Monday morning there's a new update. Every Monday morning there's a new update. There's a new component. There's a new thing that Adalo can do, and that's something beautiful about the team. They are always stretching out to see what new thing they can do and how they can make the Adalo app a whole lot better. So let's go to our blog. So the first thing we want to do now, okay, let's go to a branding. Yeah, after that. So this is just branding. So you change the color, you can change the color of the app, you can change whatever you want to change and it will reflect. So we want to change this to another color. So we want to change this to a different color. So it's not mine, so it's affecting this too. So we can also change this too. So it's also going to affect the app, but you might not see it now, but later it will. So this is screens. So we have three screens now. We have the home screen, which is this. We have the login screen, and we also have the sign up screen. Then we have database. This is where we store every information in our application. So you see, this is currently we're storing the email, which you're getting from the sign up form, the password, the username, and the full name. This is all what we are getting from the sign up form. Then also we can add properties, we can add collections. We'll explain that later. And you can also connect to a third-party API if you're using the pro version of Adalo. So this is the free version, that's what we're using now, so we can connect to a third-party API unless we upgrade. So we also have the setting. The setting, we can put the app name, we can put the app description for SEO, we can put the app icon, which is very popular. This is what will display when you put it on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. This is what will appear on the home page. So Miss Panel, this is a way to track. You have to be able to track a lot of things that are happening in your application. How users are using it, how they're spreading your love, and how they're making use of your app. It's very important. And you can also decide to share the Adalo banner or not. This is when you upgrade. So there's also display setting. How do you want to display? How do you want to display this or not? So we don't have to. When we toggle this off, we will not be able to see how the screens are linked. But when we toggle it on, we'll be able to see it. So it's good if you're just starting out with Adalo. This is a very good feature. But if you're confident that you can do everything, then it's okay. This is the app access, so we can add multiple team members to it. You can invite multiple team members, and the more you upgrade, the better your plan, the better it can be. So cloneable, can anyone clone the app? You create an app and you might want other persons to use it. So what you can do is to allow people clone it. So you can allow people clone the application and use it for them. Especially, yeah, you can just allow people clone it, especially when it's not maybe like a startup. Maybe it's just something that is common, but maybe you're teaching someone or you're comfortable with someone knowing what you're building, so it's okay. Then publish. You can decide to publish this app on the Android App Store, the iOS App Store, or you can publish it as a progressive web app. Depends on what you like. But there's kind of a lot of there's a lot of process to publishing your application, so it's not as easy as this, but with Adalo it's pretty straightforward. So let's analytics. Analytics, you can get more from analytics now because this is the way it is now, but because there's no one using the application, so you can't really get more. You'll be able to get a lot from these analytics when you upgrade. When you upgrade and you launch the applications and you have people using it, then you'll be able to get all these analytics. The pro dashboard is very nice, looks very good, so it's something that you will need. So let's go create our blog with Adalo. So to get started with building our app, we would have to first of all create the database. But first we have to think of the layout. How exactly do we want the app to be? Do we want people to be able to just scroll through the posts like from the beginning to the end? That's fine. Or do we want them to be able to select from categories? If we do, we would have to create two different databases and link them to each other if we want them to select from categories and then go into that application. So this is what we're going to do. Let's allow them select from different categories first before reading the articles in that categories. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the database, then we're going to say add collection. So collections these are ways that Adalo stores information. So I'm going to say categories. I'm going to call this database categories. So I'm going to say add. So I'm going to say this is the name of the category. That's the only thing that we need. We just need the name of the category. That's all. We don't really need anything else. You just need the name of the category, and that's all. So I'm going to add another collection, and I'm going to call it article. I'm going to call it articles. So for the article, we need the name of the article. Then we need the time and date we wrote the article. So then we will need the image. The image, we will need this is the featured image. Yeah, we'll need the featured image of the article. Is there anything else we should do? Name of the article. Okay, let's change it to date. Date and time published. Date and time published. What else do we need? Name, date and time. Then we will need the article itself. So we will need the article itself, the article description. So now we have the properties we need. We have the name of the post, the date and time it was published, the featured articles, and the description. So we're going to add next, we're going to add a relationship. We want it to have a relationship with the category. So we can say a category can have multiple articles. An article belongs to one category. A category can have only one article, and an article can have multiple categories. An article can have multiple categories. A category can have multiple articles. So sometimes when we see that a blog post can probably relate well with fashion and relate well with wellness, we might want to pick this. But for the sake of this example, we're just going to say a category can have multiple articles, and an article belongs to one category. So this is what we're going to pick. So we already see that we have a relationship now. So we're going to say the name of the category. We're just going to name it a category. Yeah, let's just leave it that way. So we're just going to leave it that way. So let's go back to our category. So you see, there's a relationship here that's appeared already. So let's go add some categories to our records. So I'm going to click it. I'm going to say view or edit records. So I'm going to say add categories. So first I'm going to say fashion. Save. The next I'm going to say, so I want to add another one. Add another. I will say sport. Then I would add another one and say entertainment. So these are the three categories that we want to look after. Then we will go back to, we now have three categories now. Then we'll go back to our articles and want to add records now. So we would say add article. So now we want to add the name of this article. Who is a fashion icon? That's the name of this first article. So we're going to choose the date, published today, 18th November. So now we're going to choose this, our profile picture. So let's see if I have a fine profile picture to choose from. Let me just choose this in illustration. So now we've done that. So this is the description. This is where we'll put a long description. So let's just look for any article and just, probably steal from there. Let's look for a fashion blog. Let's just steal an article from this blog. So I want to just choose so I'm just going to choose, I'm not sure if this is the right place to choose anything from. So I'm going to choose something else. Okay, let's just copy this since we're just looking for test. Let's just copy this. Oh, this is not good. So let's go back. So I want to select the category. So you see, there is sport, there is fashion, there is entertainment. So I'm just going to pick this. Then I would say save. Then this other one, I will click it. I want to pick a category for this other one. Then I would say sport. So let me change it to who is a sport icon. So I'm going to pick a different date entirely. So I'm going to say 17th. Then I would say save. Then I want to pick another. I want to add a new one for entertainment. Who is an entertainment icon? So the date published, I want to leave it for a day before yesterday. Then I want to add an icon to it. So I'm just going to add this. Not really some nice image. Then I'm going to add the same description. Then I would pick and say sport. Then I would say save. Now we are done. We have everything we need in the database. So now it's time for us to bring it here. So let's add a plus sign. Let's go to list. That's what we want. We want list of all the categories. So we want list of all the categories. So we can add a custom list. We can add a custom list. We can add a cart list. We can add a horizontal list. But this is not what we want. We just need a custom list. So we just put a custom list here. Try to resize it the way we want it. So we resize it the way we want it, and we want it very good. So this is the list that we have. So it's going to be, we're going to say this is a list of what? So we're going to say this is a list of categories. So all the categories, said filter is going to filter in all the categories, and we're going to sort by date created from the newest to the oldest. We don't have to make it from the newest to the oldest. It could be from A to Z. It could be from any way we want it. So sorting, so we're going to say add action. So we are good with this. So we're just going to we're done. So this is going to be the name of the category. This is a list of categories. So we're going to, I'm just double clicking it inside this now. Then I would say I would take away the title and just go find the current category name. That's what I would do. Then the article, this is supposed to be a little description, but I really do not want it, so I'll just take it away. So I'll just leave it with the name of the categories only. So this is what I would do. Then I would have to show up the articles page. So I want users, when they click on this, I want to direct them to the article page. I will go ahead and add an action to it. I will say action, link to a new screen. So everything about Adalo is screen. So you create new screen, you delete old screens. So everything about an app also is just about screens. So everything is screen. Though it's very, very fast, transition can be very fast, but we're just going to a new screen. So I'm going to say a new screen. I'm going to say this is a read more. This is the read more screen. So I'm just going to add a list. I'm going to add a list from the already existing one here. Okay, let's just go ahead and say let's use an empty. So I'm going to say this is a list now. So these are screens. I want to title it. I want to give it a title. So I'm just going to call it article screen. Then I would say done. Then I will go to my list. I'll go to my list. Probably I would love to put a, I would just love to put a, I want to put a simple list, so it will show the list of all the articles that are there. So it will show the list of all the articles that are in that particular category. So I want to click it. So I want to add that particular list of all the articles that are in that same category, and also I wanted to also add their pictures. I want to add their pictures, and I want to, yeah. So let's just go for this horizontal list. Let's just go for this horizontal list, so that you just have to swipe. That's all you have to do. You just have to swipe. That's all, nothing else. So I will click on, this is a list of articles. This is a list of articles, and we are sorting from we're sorting for the current article. That's what we're sorting, so that when they click on the article name, that particular article name, it will take them to the list of article in that name. So I will click on, I will say sort by date and time published. That's all I would do. Then the image will be the featured image, which is there. There's no image. We could ask them to put a placeholder if there's no image. So I would just choose a placeholder from my PC. So a placeholder, you just put a placeholder so that when there's no image there, you can actually see something else. Probably the person who's posting it forgot to put an image, so you would see this placeholder. So also we have image options, if it's going to be square. So we like our image square, we don't want to touch anything, it's okay. So this is the bottom bar test, which is so we don't want to add anything to the bottom bar test. We're just okay with this. So we have the article name, and when they click on it, what's going to happen? So when they click on the article, what's going to happen? So remember, this is a card list, and these are all list of articles, and we just keep on, we added a placeholder and added the images. Then the action, what's going to happen when they click on this? So we want it to go to the full article. That's where we want it to go when they click on this. So we want it to go to the full article. Then we can make it a bit less stressful, but we just want it to go to a different article entirely. So we're going to say a new screen. I'm going to say new screen. So we're going to say this is going to be our read article screen. So this is going to be our read article screen. So what do we want? We want a list of let's say information. What else? So I think we want a list of this. We want a list of an info. So let's go. So this is going to be, this is the image source is going to be current article featured image. Then the test is going to be current article description is what it's going to be. Then we can also remove the button. So I'm just going to remove the button now, and we can take this down and put something else that it's a date. So we just, this lorem ipsum that we have here, so I'm going to take everything away. So I just took everything away. So I want to add the date. So for us to add the date, I'll just go ahead and add the test to the top of it. Test to the top of it. Then I would take what's in there away. Then I want to add, okay, I could just say date published, then a hyphen and a space. Then I would add the date, current article, date and time. So this is what we have. So we have a simple, this is a simple blog post, a simple blogging application that we can host on the internet. Very easy, very simple. I know we can go ahead and start filling up all the empty spaces. You know, all the empty spaces, we can fill them up. The bottom of this we can fill it. The bottom of this we can fill it with something else, maybe an advert, maybe a different category entirely. Maybe we can fill it with something else. We can add something else to it. We can just do anything we want to do with it. But this is how simple we want it to be. So we'll just go ahead and preview. So we are previewing on an iPhone 11. That's what we're doing. Just go ahead and preview the app that we just created and see if it's working just the way we want it to work. So this is a sign up screen, but meanwhile, before the sign up screen, we can have an onboarding screen that talks about your blog. So that's what we're going to cover some other time. So, but let's just go on with this. I'm just going to say my email is hello. That's my email and my password, so it's already there. So I'm just going to enter my full name, Poro Okodwa. That's my full name. So this is my full name. I would say sign up. So you see, these are all the articles, all the categories that we have: entertainment, fashion, and sports. So we can also, one other thing that we can do with Adalo, we can format how the articles will look like. So we can see the fonts are very small. We can format it. So I'm just going to click on this and see what comes up. Same is not coming up. So let's check what's wrong. I'm sure it's supposed to come up just the way we want it to come up. Yes, it's supposed to come up that way. So I want to do it again, preview all over again. So let me choose a different section entirely. So I'm going to say fashion. So yeah, this is what we have. So we have who is a fashion icon. There's a subtitle. There should be a subtitle here if there is, but you know there is no other article here, so we can slide it. So I'm just going to click in it. I'm going to click inside of it now. So you see, so we have the image property, we have the date it was published, and we have the entire blog. And also we can always go back. Okay, so those are some of the way we can format the blog. We can go back, we can go forward, but we're not covering that now. But so this is the way to create a simple blog using Adalo. You can host this in real time just by upgrading your subscription, and you can host this in real time, and you can have people checking out your blog. You can add more categories, you can add more articles, you can have people checking out your blog. So that's what we're doing now. That's all for today. So next we're going to next post we're going to learn how to build a music streaming application using Adalo. Yeah, that's what we're going to learn how to build. I'm going to build a music streaming application, a very simple music streaming application using Adalo, the free version, so you don't have to upgrade for you to learn how to build this. So thank you very much guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to leave your comment if you enjoy what you've watched so far.